Tiger Tran coming at you with part 3 of Mountain Blade Viking Conquest. As promised, we are going to siege this castle. And I have a huge bunch of it. So I actually have my I've the call to war is up and ticking, which is good because we've just been declared war on by the Northern Vikings. Another group, unfortunately, where their position, everything's going to funnel because the other person we're at war with, basically everyone we're at war with is closest proximity to my cities, but it's okay. We've got good amount of soldiers defending this area. We're going to take over this city just because to make resources, show you guys some siege, but then also reduce the strength of this green faction. Okay, so if you remember, we're building the siege materials, so this is where I have to wait. And it'll just tell you. I think it's like there's some point. I think it's every 12 hours they just give you like an update where you can make decisions. All right, so this is just tells you, oh good. I built this merchant's hall so I could increase the prosperity of one of my cities, make more money. Okay, we should be ready. So prepare the salt. Vanguard. This is say, okay, Vanguards, go place it. Like I said, you're always going to lose some men. This isn't bad because I only have 100 units. I lost 5 guys were killed, 1 guy was wounded. When you go and you siege a place that's like 400 people, you can lose like 60 dudes. It's pretty brutal. But we are now ready to whoop up on these fools. So let's go. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this city always makes me laugh because whoever programmed this one, I mean, I love this game, but whoever built this castle, ah, maybe they're being creative. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. A part of me is like, this dude was slacking because it's just literally one path with a fence, some water, which is I guess it is defensible. Maybe. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say maybe if they didn't have access to stone, then this base makes sense. But there's a giant mountain like literally behind them, so that makes no sense. All right, so I just got hit by a rock. Ooh, ooh, this is not what I wanted. All right, I want everyone. I want everyone to charge. I want 2, which is my archers. I want you guys to hold positions here. I just want them to shoot arrows across the arrow or across the pond here. Take out those guys as best as possible. Shield is raised. I am ready for combat. I will probably not use my bow unless I cannot press through this spot here, which that is the case. So I will pull up my bow. I will try to land some headshots on these fools. Oops. There we go. Man down. Headshot! Ooh, there's another headshot. These guys got some good helmets. Man, these battle cries, they're so loud. I'm missing some of these shots. So if you see, I'm slightly aiming above them because the arrows have some drop. But I just think that in this third-person mode, the crosshair isn't perfect either. Because I'm not that far away. And I have a really powerful bow. So we are just blapping on fools. Did you guys push forward enough? Nope. All right, so we're going to continue to use these arrows. Oh, here we go. The push has started. All right. Let's do this! For ire. That overhead strike I love. That's the move forward strike. I like it because bonus damage for headshots. You saw that strike hit him in the arm. That hit him in the face, so he dies in one shot. Because your strikes, do you see how I strung over my left shoulder there? If I would have swung from the right side, it would have bumped into one of my dudes, and it would have just blunted the attack. The attack would have counted. Oh, and they are dead. Yeah, 0 casualties, which is great. Looks like our ally took 12, and then yeah, killed all 93. Let's go. So this is where we capture the evildoers. They must work off their debt from being against us. So the way this works is all of the items are rack and stacked by how good they are. So if you saw this is worth 50, the best shield is worth 500. So that's a cool thing that they do to make it easier. Right now I'm trying to rebuild up my respect. If I wasn't, because you need respect to fulfill your goal, and the goal increases your ability to be king. Otherwise, I probably would plunder the fortress. I'd conquer and plunder it, but that actually decreases your reputation. Where not plundering it increases your reputation. So now I'm up to 30. I need to get to 50. I'm going to ask him to give it to me, not because I necessarily want it, but because I at least want to get some money from the base. Okay. See, I like the fact that these can actually be built into Freedmen at least, and they're pretty cheap. I'm trying to think, what are my worst units? Definitely this fisherman. These nobles are actually really good. So the chance of a unit being placed is increased by how, like, where they are in this order. So I have all my companions at the top, not just because it makes it easier to find them, but because I want them to be in combat every single time because they're my strongest units. Or maybe not my strongest, but they will be as time progresses on because they can actually level. And I try to put my worst units, which Camp Defender is not the worst, but definitely better than Serfs. Oh wow, it's because I upgraded a ton of guys, so we gotta do a little bit of racket stacking up. These are all the dudes I purchased. So serfs, they just have rocks and pitchforks. That's why they cost 10. Priests are kind of the same. Camp follower looks like she's slightly better. I think she actually has a sling, where this warrior should definitely be above. Priest can stay. Bretonian priest versus regular priest, not a big deal. Um, Ooh, champions. Yeah, these guys should definitely be higher up. So champions are crazy expensive. They're like one of the best. Like, well, close to the top tier. So I'll definitely bring him up. The one thing in this game is they made the ladies really expensive to upgrade and really bad for where they are in their cost. So a lot of times I put the ladies in the cities just because they're way too expensive to upgrade to the point to where they're viable. Where like if you look at this 192, they get a shield, they get a weapon, they get an iron helmet, they get some solid armor. Where if I spend that same amount of money, they get a they get a cloth hat and they get a dress. What? You know what I mean? Maybe they have the sling, which would be good, I guess, from a range perspective. But even throwing rocks at people with heavy armor, it does like you saw. I took 0 damage. Uh, if your armor's good enough, so they're unfortunately they're garbage, and you have to pay a ton of money before they can even become viable. So they will be the 10 people I leave, just so this place can't be instantly sieged. I'm going to take one person, probably the person with the smallest army, which is this Elderman here. We are going to say, I have a new task for you. I need you to patrol around the city we just took. Oh gosh, I should have reacquainted. It's this one. I'm 100%, almost 100% sure. If not, we'll have to reassign him. Can't see. Oh, everyone's in my way. Oh yes, Dinbik. All right, save this after that epic victory. This is Unfortunately, I won't ever be able to recruit people from that city because I've looted these areas so much. Because this is when I was poor and weak. All I could really do is come in, and when you're early in the game, you can't, you're rocking mostly peasants, and they have heavy armored units. And if you saw me be able to go in and just whoop up on all those peasants, like they're fodder. They're no challenge. Uh, for someone who's heavily geared with good stuff. And what ended up happening for me, I'm not going to be able, I know that those people hate me. Oh, it's being raided. Let's go see if we can actually defend this. Ooh, we made it. Well, something happened. Hey, we'll take some cheese. Ooh, I could have maybe sold some of my shields. Norse veterans. Actually, I think Norse veterans are actually solid units. They're just as fast as me. I will never be able to catch them. They're afraid. Uh, because they're a rogue faction, they're enemies of everybody. So they are afraid of any force and they will run not to be destroyed.